Hello, good morning. So, welcome to Flow Yoga. We're going to turn off our phones. And if you've brought your water, which I always like, take a big swig of your water. Feel the way it's nurturing to you, the way it nourishes your cells. And then once we have a couple swigs of it, we're going to put it away. Because the whole point of the practice is to fire up. So if we're dampening the fire, through drinking the water, then we're not getting all that we can from it. So what I'd like to do today is I would like to talk about the third chakra. Okay, the power place. So find yourself in a comfortable position and let's settle in on our practice today. So feeling your body in space, noticing the way you're presenting, noticing the way that the neck feels and the shoulders, and maybe you're even moving around a little bit. Noticing the way you're breathing. And chakras are energy wheels. We could say that they're the energetic anatomy of ourselves. And I want to talk about the bottom three, especially with what's happening in our world today. These are our centering chakras. Once we start to get up higher, we're more into the spiritual realm. But these basic chakras are just the sense of being here. And so let's talk about them through our class today. So the first one is that lower chakra, the root. And this is that sense of I belong. I'm grounded. My basic needs are met. My food, my familial relationships are relatively healthy. I feel safe and secure. So basic root chakra. And we can have them balanced, or maybe it's out of balance. And so you can just sort of notice, and we could dive deeper into the chakras in other classes. I want to skip through here today, though. Then we go up to the second chakra. This is our creative life, our playful life, our sexual life, our reproductive life. Living in balance. Just feeling that center. So we've got that base dropping and we're lifting up a little bit. And now we're going to come to the third chakra, which is about a little bit behind the navel, a little bit higher than the navel and around the solar plexus. And this is the place of our personal power. Our personal power. And as we chat about it today, I want you to imagine this big, bright yellow, just this beautiful, beautiful yellow. I always imagine it to be like a big sunshine, and the sun shining is so powerful that the rays of the sun are going into the shoulders, the rays of the sun are going into the hips and legs. It's just this balance of power just exudes all the way through the rest of your body. You're glowing because of this personal power. You feel lit. You look lit. People can see this lit light inside of you when you are balanced. But we all go out of balance. So the meditation today, as we settle in for our class today is to check and see where you are with your third chakra. How does your personal power feel today? Okay, so here we go. We're going to start to calm down our breath. Feeling the connection of the inhale and the exhale. And bringing your mind's attention, once that breathing feels balanced, bringing your mind's attention to this area of your body, this deep inner energetic awareness of this bright yellow light. How are you feeling with your own power? Do you feel valuable? Do you deeply feel a sense of worthiness? Do you feel a sense of being heard or acknowledged? Where are you with this sense of personal power? Do you have confidence and self-esteem? So we're not going into lovable and those sorts of things. That's lower in our system. We're talking about the power, a sense of assertiveness, self-discipline, willpower, following through. In the inner circle, we're talking about discipline this month. Can you set something, a goal, and actually meet it? This is an area of our digestion. Do you overeat? Do you have issues with your digestive system? Do you undereat? Do you binge eat? So just continue bringing your mind's attention to this personal power. Do you try to feed your personal power by controlling or dominating others? Do you try to feed your own personal power by making the external world a certain way? Do you need things to show up in a certain way for you to feel powerful? Do you define your power by your bank account, by your relationships, by the way people perceive you? Where do you get your power? How do you sustain the power? Do you have power? Or do you feel more victimized, more feeble, weak, sickly? So as we settle into some quiet here, I want you to remember that the idea of chakras, the idea of these energetic wheels is that it's like a humming that we are correcting and self-correcting all the time. We go in and out of balance in these chakras. Something happens in our world and maybe we start feeling anxiety or we start feeling fearful, which is also this area of third chakra. Anxiety, worry, fear. And so it's not as if we are studying this chakra so that we feel bad about ourselves, right? That's the chakra work we're actually doing. What we want to do is use this power place to actually truly know ourselves. This is where the power of authenticity and genuine showing up resides. So as we play with our awareness today and we play with how we show up right now, The idea is to get to know ourselves, not to beat ourselves up, not to judge and be self-critical. That is the imbalance that I'm actually talking about. So I'm going to be quiet here for a moment, actually for a lot of moments, all linked up. And I'd like you to ponder the idea without being critical, without being, harsh, just as a scientist. Where do you get your power? Where do you find power? 1 minute. And for this last minute here, the inner journaling question is, where can I get power from my internal world versus my external world? Where can I find power, light my own power from the internal world instead of the external world? 1 more minute, please. And now we're going to set our mantra for today. Okay, our mantra. So maybe your mantra is, I release others so that I can feel my own personal power. Maybe your mantra is, I'm responsible for my own flame, right? Fire is the element of this chakra. Or I have an idea and it deserves to be heard, could be your mantra. So from a place of power, from a place of internal power, authenticity, and a knowledge of who you are and a desire to know yourself, what is the mantra you want to move through today? Coming from internal. Start to settle it now. When you're ready, gently bring your hands to prayer. thumbs against your heart. Repeat to yourself a few times what your mantra is today. And we'll gently bring our chin to our chest, open the eyes, see your fingertips, and remember why you're here. Remember why you practice this path of wellness at all. And release. Okay? All right. Third chakra. What we are going to do today is I've got 2 blocks and a strap and a blanket. I don't know if we're going to use it. We'll see how things go. But let's go ahead and lie down here for a moment. Bring your middle fingers to the pubic bone and the thumbs to the navel. And I want you to find this area of the lower belly. So there's like a little diamond shape here. And as you're lying down, you're breathing into this spot. Every time you exhale, you're feeling the belly pull down. Every time you inhale, you're feeling the belly lift up. Keep going. Breathing in, feeling the belly. Breathing out, feeling the belly. So bringing your mind's attention to this specific area. 2 more deep breaths. All right, now take your time. We're going to roll out of that pose and we're going to go to a seated pose, what we call Virasana. Actually, yeah, let's go Virasana. So you're going to take your blocks and you're going to sit them between your ankles. You're going to roll the calves out and you're going to sit comfortably on these blocks, but you want to be super comfortable. If you're not super comfortable, change something. Okay, going back to this idea here, we're going to do Kapalabhati. If you have COPD or any kind of asthmatic, any kind of breathing issues, this may not be a good sequence for you. So you have to just keep that idea that you're breathing in, big belly, breathing out, belly pulls in. Okay, I would recommend that. Kapalabhati is skull shining breath, is how it translates. Skull shining breath. It's a very forceful way of breathing that really ignites this third chakra, bringing your awareness to it. But again, anytime we do pranayama, sometimes it's very stirring. And so you don't want to be in a place where you're not feeling safe. Okay. So if that happens, then you're going to not do the pose. Or if you have a breathing issue and this doesn't feel safe, then I want you to keep that idea because you're also coming into this connection of this area. Okay. Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati, the way I love to describe it is, what if a fly goes up your nose, right? And so the fly buzzes up your nose, you want to sniff it out, get it out, okay? So it's a passive inhale, but an aggressive exhale, a dynamic exhale. So we're not going, right? That's called hyperventilating, so we don't want to do that. It's not an aggressive inhale, it's passive. I'm going to actually come closer so you can see how glamorous this looks. Okay, so it's inhale. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. And what I want you to be feeling, we're going to start it off really slow. I want you to be feeling this idea that your belly is pumping. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take a big inhale. Exhale, normal. Feel the belly pulling in. Inhale. Inhale. Normal exhale. Inhale. Okay, that's the technique. Some of you might find that you are not the body is not doing what you want it to do. You're telling it to pump like that, but it's not actually happening. That's part of what you're learning, is there's a disconnect between this area. So that's part of the practice as well. Okay, we're going to do 3 rounds of 20. Again, if it doesn't feel safe for you, please don't do it. Okay, please don't do it. Honor your personal power of what's right for you. All right, here we go. Hands on your belly. Inhale. Normal exhale. All the way out. Inhale through the nose. And pump. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Push all the air out. Normal inhale. Normal exhale. So if 20 feels too long for you, then you'll drop it down to 10. We got 2 more rounds. Okay, here we go. Empty all your breath. Inhale. And exhale. 4, 3, 2. Push it out, push it out, push it out, push it out. Normal breaths. Okay, you might feel a little dizzy. That's why it's called skull shining. It's okay. Keep coming back to this sense of personal power to know oneself. Last round. Here we go. Inhale. Empty it out. All the way out, all the way out, all the way out. Inhale. And pump it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Release your hands and just sit quietly, eyes closed. Remembering that mantra. All righty, very nice. Let's come on out of that, please, and make our way to hands and knees. So we've got this belly, right? We've got this beautiful belly, and we want this divine connection from ourselves. This is our egoic body. We want to be aware of what we're doing. When you're ready, exhale, downward facing dog. What does it feel like to feel powerful? Feeling the way you want to feel is just a thought away. So what is it that you would feel if you had power today? Personal power, sense of confidence. What is it? 2 more deep breaths. When you're ready, start to walk yourself forward into a standing forward fold. Remember again why you're here, and inhale, sweep your arms up, all the way up, and exhale, coming into Tadasana. So let's move through a prayer. Let's move through a prayer. Here we go. A moving meditation. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale. Feel that engagement of the belly lock. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, nice flat back. Exhale, step it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, find a push-up position. Exhale, slowly lower down to chaturanga. Find that area of the pubic bone to the navel. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, strong and powerful, downward facing dog. Imagining this beautiful, beautiful lit sun. Right behind the navel, right behind the belly button, just a big, beautiful, bright light that gives a luster to your eyes, a luster to your skin. Keeping our light on, keeping lit. From an authentic place, walking forward, not an external world. Inhale, sweep it up, and exhale, reset. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach it up, Urdhva Hastasana. I am powerful. I am here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, nice flat back. Exhale, step it back to downward facing dog. Again, finding a push-up position through the chaturanga if you want to. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. I am here. Don't need to be someone else. Don't need to be like anyone else. I am me. Two more. Gently walk it forward, back to your standing forward fold. Inhale, sweep it up, and exhale, coming back to that mountain pose. Surya Namaskar C, Sun Salute C. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, shoot the left leg back, squeeze those thighs together. Stay here or peel your body out. Big inhale. Stay here for 5 breaths or through a vinyasa. Everyone now, downward dog. Taking your opposite leg up, left leg up, squeeze those thighs together. Inhale, peel it up. Stay lit, fire up that belly lock. And either stay and enjoy it or again through the vinyasa. Everybody now, downward facing dog. One more deep breath. And gently walk yourself forward, back to a standing forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, and exhale, reset. Beautiful. Let's take our blocks at the front of our mat. So when we think about this area, what do we want? We want to ring, right? We want to ring it out. We want to notice what's happening. So heat and twist. Okay, here we go. Standing in your mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Go ahead and put your hands on the blocks, fingers dripping off, and we're going to shoot the left leg back. Take the blocks right underneath your shoulder. Nice big lunge here. Bring your attention to the belly. The belly is not sitting on the thigh, so if it is, scooch over so that you're in the middle there, and you're just going to take your right hand to the right leg and squeeze and twist around there, feeling yourself breathing into that navel. Exhale, pull that navel in and twist. Inhale, big belly, exhale, twist. And if your belly's in the way, you can use your hands to move it too. One more deep breath. And exhale, bringing your left knee down here. You're still in that nice big lunge. Untwist the body. Inhale, scoop it up and take your left arm. Big lift up, big lift up. Exhale, start to twist again. This time we're going to bring that elbow to the outside of that left leg. Hands in prayer here and breathe. Breathe. If you wanted to take your leg up and find that nice big lunge, feel free to do that. 3. What is your mantra? 4. One more big breath. And then one more after that. Ring it out, ring it out. And bringing your leg down, we're going to come into a hamstring stretch here. Shift the hips back over that left knee, straighten out that right leg, sit up nice and tall from this area again, pull it in and exhale, forward fold. Pubic bone to navel. Internal work. Authenticity, genuine knowing of oneself, following through. Here we go. Come on forward, move the blocks to the front of the mat again, and step it through, and we'll go through a vinyasa. Taking 5 deep breaths. Switching sides now, taking your left leg up. Taking your hands underneath your shoulders, walking back, finding a nice powerful lunge there. Squeeze those legs together and peel up if you want to. Feeling that engagement, feeling that lifting, bringing your mind's attention there. And breathing, 2 more. Who are you? Power, power, power. Exhale, bringing that knee down. And hand on the block. You're going to bring your left hand to the left leg, squeeze it in, and start to turn your body towards that leg. Nice long spine. Feeling that area, feeling that engagement, feeling that bright light. The more you squeeze and twist through that golden light, the more those sun rays can shine through you. Keep turning that area on. All right, let's unwind for a moment here. Unwind. We're going to take our right arm up, big old lift, and start to bring that armpit and knee together. Maybe the hands come into prayer. Feeling that conversation between that elbow and the knee. Again, some of you may lift that back knee. Watch that third chakra. Watch that navel lock. Use those powerful exhales. You got this. Come on, you're setting a goal. Turn it on. 2 more deep breaths. Ring it out. Release it. 1 more. And unwinding from that, hamstring stretch, shift your hip back over that leg, straighten that left leg, big lift, and exhale. Who's a badass? That's right, you are. How do we sit at the foot of the task? How do we humbly become the disciple to the chore, to the goal? I love the idea of before we were enlightened, we carried water. After we were enlightened, we carried water. We don't change the tasks as we become more and more integrated or more and more healthy. We change the way we look at the tasks. So here we are, we're moving towards a sense of empowerment, internal, authentic, genuine empowerment. Learning to learn a new way, learning to learn a new way of shooting those brains, those thoughts. Come on out here, move those blocks out of the way, back up here, downward dog. Again, stay in downward dog or through the vinyasa. Parsvatanasana, and now pyramid pose, jump, walk, or float your feet forward. And we're going to take our blocks to the front of the mat again. And if you want to do a cool move, you can do this little cool move that I just made up. Look at that. I mean, how cool is that? That's my power right there. Boom, boom. All right, here we go. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale. So we're going to keep this idea of twisting, ringing. We're trying to wring out the old so that we get that fresh boost of freshness. All right, Parsvatanasana, we're going to take that left leg back. This is a short stance. We're not in our lunge. We're in a shorter stance here. Right leg forward, swivel your hips. Belly lock is looking straight forward. And as we've talked about, watch that back knee. Inhale, big lift up. Exhale, start to find that forward fold. If you need to bend the knee, feel free to bend the knee. But ideally, in the ideal world, which there is no ideal world, we have a straight leg. So again, this third chakra is about digestive issues, irritable bowel, constipation, all this stuff is in this area. We're wringing out. We're wringing out. We're aligning that body and mind, integrating fully. Here we go. Inhale, long, healthy spine. Exhale, taking your right hand to the right hip. We're going to start to twist again. Feel yourself moving energy through that gut. Gut instinct is super real. And when you start to bring an awareness to this area, you start to hear these deeper callings, this deeper intuition. Use those exhales, pull those exhales in. Not listening to teachers, not listening to news, not listening to friends, coworkers, listening to your own inner guide. That's what we're turning on. I am here. Good. Now we're going to unwind from that. Some of you are going to do that exact same pose again. Some of you are going to be able to go a little bit deeper. And by that, I mean, you're going to be able to bring the block to the outside pinky toe and still be able to have this twist. So this is pretty advanced. If this is not for you, go back to the earlier level. Otherwise, here we go. We're grounding that right big toe. We're swiveling that outer right hip. We're dropping that left ankle, left heel, and we're leaning back in this twist. See the sunlight inside of you. Protect it. Feed it. One more deep breath. So good. And move that block out of the way. Close that back hip and vinyasa. Breathe 2 more big breaths. Good. Switching sides now. Take your right leg up. No, left leg up. Okay, starting over. How you doing? Power, power. All right, here we go. Can you imagine if everybody had a good sense of self and everybody had a good sense of their own internal power? What kind of world we'd be in? Not trying to fix or dominate or control or manipulate, but we did it from the inside out, and we protected our own candle flame, and we fed our own self this natural nurturing way of being. How different and radical our families would be, our lives would be, if we all had that internal power. So you're doing the work right now. This is good, 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 good work. Okay. So even if this is too hard for you, too challenging for you, and you're falling out, just sitting at the foot of the task and doing your best is enough. Okay. It is enough. Here we go. Parsvatanasana again. Left leg forward. Square up that front plane. Inhale, and then exhale. Tip it over. Hands are right underneath your shoulders, really anchoring that left foot, left big toe down, outside swivel of that left hip. Drag your spine. Bring your attention to that sun. I like to think of this chakra as almost like my job in my life is to walk through the wind with a candle. That's how I look at it, is that I'm walking through the wind of life with a candle. And if I don't protect my light, somebody or wind or environment will blow out my candle, and then I'm no good. So my job is to protect my candle without letting it turn into a big bonfire where I burn myself out, or letting it get too overwhelmed that I'm a damp, soggy rag. So in this practice today, we're guarding our light, we're protecting our light, and we're feeding our light. Okay? We don't need to do it with drugs, alcohol, and food and domination. We're doing it in an internal, fiery way. All right, here we go. Big inhale. Exhale, start to twist. Feel that light. Plug in that left big toe. Outer hip swivels. Part of building inner powers to keep your integrity. Don't skip through step 1, 2, and 3 so that you can get to 4. That's making external views what gives you power. We don't want inauthenticity. We want genuine. We want truth. We want integrity. 2 more deep breaths. Remind yourself of your mantra. I don't need things to look a certain way to feel powerful. Good. Unwind from that. Again, some of you can go a little deeper and taking that over a notch. If it's not where you are, then of course you're not going to do it. 8 breaths. Here we go. If you're not doing it this way, you're doing the same pose we just had. Sit at the foot of this task humbly. Wring out that belly lock. Pull it in like you're wringing out a dish rag. One more big breath. Beautiful. Exhale and close that back hip. Step back to downward dog. And again, stay there or through your vinyasa. Child's pose. Big toes together without overlapping. Knees wide. And reset. One more deep breath. All righty. Sit down on your bottom. Bringing your attention again to this area. Close your eyes and find breath again. Oftentimes, when we are practicing deep levels of yoga, asanas, as well as breathing, as well as ponderings, it creates a feeling. Maybe we want to cry, maybe we want to yell, maybe we feel like an extraordinary sense of peace, right? All of that stirring is what yoga is all about. So if you're feeling afraid or you're feeling anticipatory or any of those things, just notice it without getting stuck in the storyline, right? I'm the victim, I'm the controller, I'm defective, I'm broken. All of that is just chatter. What we're doing right now is we are moving stuck energy. The energy wheels is like we're cleaning out the grease. We're oiling them up so that they move in a fluid way. We're doing, some of us, something different. 2 more big breaths. All right, very nice. We're going to take our left leg out and keep our right knee bent. And if you feel like you need a strap on this next one, feel free to grab that strap. Sitting up nice and tall here. Okay, we're going to take our interlaced fingers underneath our thigh. Sitting up nice and tall, no slouching. Feel this belly lock. And we're going to cross the leg over. So again, you're twisting. You're twisting. Some of you can take your hand here as you're twisting. Some of you can actually grab the opposite foot and twist. Balancing on those sits bones and wringing out that gut. I can see clearly now that, like, that's the whole idea. You want to be able to see clearly, not those glasses that you're normally wearing. Transforming the way we do things. 2 more deep breaths. Okay, some of you will be able to place that foot down on the outside of that leg. If that's not happening for you, then put it here by the ankle. Some of you going over here, we're going to try to push this left big toe down. See if you can push that left big toe down and look at this hip. It's way off the mat. How do I keep that big toe down and put my hip down? So the toe is plugged in and the hip is plugged in. Okay, so how does that feel? Now hug this leg. Hug it in. Sit up straight. Plug that left big toe in and start to turn. Some of you can wrap that arm around that leg again and maybe even hold on to that foot. Again, how are you approaching this task? Clean out that gut. Clear the way for you to see, for you to hear the wisdom that resides there, the seed of your intuition. And gently come on out here and allow yourself to find a knee pile, Gomukhasana, or if you're here, Baddha Konasana. So you're going to find a pause. Sometimes we use badges of honor, in the sense of like, I'm always like that, or that's the way my whole family is, or we always do it that way, right? All this ideas of this is sort of making an excuse for the way we are when we're not happy with the way we are. And so part of this work is to really look in, is this me, or is this just legacy for me? Deep work. Anchoring both sits bones down, start to lean forward. Breathing behind the navel now, into the back. And your inner gazing, looking deeply into self. Not to Kim, teacher, yoga student, not mother, not woman, not the labels that we use. You're looking deeply into the breath, to the spirit, to these outer realms that are internal. Beautiful. And slowly come on back up. Come on back up and up. How are you doing? All right. Let us begin again. Always begin again. Switching sides. So bringing your left knee to bend. Interlace your fingers and just hold. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe you can cross it over a little bit. Maybe you can grab that pinky toe and really cross it over. Bring your attention to that area again, wring it out. And if your belly's in the way, move it, get it out of your way. Use your hand. Seated in your personal power without comparison. And when you're ready, again, maybe you can cross that leg over, maybe not, okay? And if you're crossing it over, go ahead and lean in and push that right big toe down. Plug it in. Notice what happened in the sits bones. How do I keep this foot plugged in and sit my sits bone down? How do I do both? Okay, hug this leg in as much as you can. Sit back. Start to feel that twisting again. You can use your hand to move something out of the way that's blocking you, or maybe you'll take that armpit to knee, holding on to your foot and twisting again. 8 breaths. You're trying to knit the navel to the spine, cleaning out any energy, whether it's figurative or literal, through the gut. Plug in that right big toe. Plug in that right sits bone. One more big breath. Beautiful. Come back. Make a little make a little knee tower, or that Baddha Konasana where the feet are touching. Take a big inhale. Now we're breathing into our backside. Exhale, forward fold. Three more deep breaths. 2. When you're ready, slowly, slowly, slowly come on up, and we'll unwind our legs and tip ourselves over. Finding happy baby. Bringing back the mantra that you set. Starting to bring your legs to the mat, feet on the floor, windshield wiper knees side to side. We're going to head up to a twist now. Shift the weight to the right, take the hips to the right, and we're going to drop the knees to the left. We're slowing down now. We've just done quite a lot of twisting, and we want the body to talk to us. We want to listen now, that deep, deep listening. Opening up that gut, that intuition. One more deep breath. And gently come on back up. Take your hips to the second side here. Move it to the right. And dropping the knees opposite. Two more deep breaths. So now if there's something else that you know you like to do to close yourself up, please feel free to do that now. But we're going to head to our Shavasana. So taking another minute or so to make your way. If you're on one side, go ahead and switch to the second side. And now making your way to stillness. So we can practice this inner gaze. We could practice this inner wisdom talking. So finding stillness, put a pad under your head if that feels nice. Put something under your knees. Prop your legs up if you want. Whatever you want to do here so that you can find super supported, nurturing posture for our final relaxation. So steadying your bag of bones. Just this bag of body, not really who you are. So get it in a position where you can relax. Gently let the face muscles relax, let the eyes relax, let the belly muscles relax, the neck and jaw, the shoulders, the inner thighs, the glutes. And ask yourself on the inhale, what do I need more of in my life? And then exhale, just listen for any answers that come up. Maybe it's a picture, maybe it's a word, maybe it's a vibe, a feeling. Again, what do I need more of in my life? On the inhale and then exhale, let whatever float up, if anything floats up, and listen. Again, what do I need more of in my life? What do I need more of in my life? Just listen. Don't think, just listen. If anything is coming up, and it may not, and you're okay with that too. Turning on this inner gaze, this inner conversation. What do I need more of in my life? Now, as you allow yourself to drift off into your relaxation pose, I want you to give your mind something to do so that things can simmer or boil or prop up for you. So you could listen to the air, the fan, something steady. You could watch the belly rise and fall if it doesn't cause you chattering mind. We're looking for something very boring to occupy the mind space with, something very dull so that we can focus it and that other things can come up. So listening to the fan, listening to a ticking clock, listening to the air conditioner, listening to yourself breathe, whatever it is, something very dull and boring. You could count your breaths, okay? So what do you need more of in your life? Let your body wisdom, body, mind, and spirit wisdom tell you what's happening. And maybe it's nothing yet. Maybe it's just the beginning of this conversation, of this love affair with yourself. As always, may this be a benefit to you. Deep bows, and thank you so much for keeping your light on. We need you to. Deep bows to you all. Namaste.